Moving here to college, I entered into a bet with my uncle, over or under 1 year until I start drinking coffee. The problem with that bet is I really don't like coffee. I'd much rather have something like a bubbler, an iced tea, a soda, anything like that. But you all know the stereotype, college kids run on caffeine. Everywhere you go, classmates and students have some form of caffeine with them. Even Belmont knows this stereotype by offering free coffee during It Must Be Wednesdays. During It Must Be Wednesdays. That is why my uncle is taking the under on that bet. But it got me thinking, why would I even want to start drinking coffee? All I hear about is how it's bad for you and how people get addicted to it. But it turns out it's not caffeine itself that's bad for you, it's the way we consume it. And believe it or not, black coffee is one of the healthiest ways to consume caffeine. So today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how caffeine is consumed, the negative effect sugar has on caffeine, and the benefits of black coffee. Let's start with how caffeine is consumed. May Hamden and her colleagues published a study in the Journal of Health about undergraduate caffeine consumption patterns just at the beginning of this year. And they found that 97% of undergraduates consume some form of caffeine daily. And of that 97%, they found that 40% of them would consider themselves addicted to caffeine. They further go to break this down into types of caffeine consumed, with half of undergraduates consuming coffee, a quarter of them consuming tea, and a tenth of them consuming energy drinks. Dr. Ann, a professor at the University of Illinois, furthers this point, talking about coffee add-ins, finding that out of all coffee drinkers, almost 70% of them add some sort of calorie add-in to their coffee. We see these stats everywhere, with coffee shops advertising their fun new seasonal beverages and offering seemingly endless customizations to their coffee, whether like sugars, toppings, flavorings, things like that. And we know they're popular. Just look at the Lollapalooza. So not only are most of us addicted to caffeine, we're addicted to doctoring it up in some way. And what's the problem with that, you might ask? That leads me to my second point, the negative effect sugar has in caffeine. Ryan Paulus and his colleagues at Ohio Northern University conducted a study about the effects caffeine has on your mood and cognitive performance. Out of their participants, they had half of them consume normal caffeine and half of them consume caffeine with sugar mixed in. And they found that caffeine actually has a positive impact on your mood and cognitive performance. But when that caffeine is mixed with sugar, those benefits start to decline. As you can see here, they had both groups take a test with the different types of caffeine, and the time it took to take the test while drinking normal caffeine was much lower than the time it took to take the test while drinking caffeine mixed with sugar. Dr. Actis, a cardiac electrophysiologist at the University of Rochester Medical Center, talks about the sugar content in energy drinks, finding that the high sugar content in energy drinks can also contribute to weight gain, increasing the risk of developing cardiovascular issues over time. So not only are we consuming caffeine, but when we're consuming it in these sugary ways, we're consuming these negative benefits with it. And it's not until we move towards something like plain black coffee that we can see the positive effects it has on the human body. Which leads me to my third and final point, the benefits of black coffee. Prevention Magazine interviewed Dr. Paul Mutter just a couple months ago about his findings on the effects caffeine has on the human body. And he found that drinking black coffee, or coffee with less than half a teaspoon of sugar and less than a gram of saturated fat from milk or cream per 8-ounce cup, was associated with a 14% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to not drinking coffee at all. Johns Hopkins Medicine also published a summary about the positive effects caffeine has on the human body, and they found in addition to living longer, your body can actually process glucose better while drinking black coffee, and you're less likely to develop health conditions. Things like cancer, strokes, different types of things like cancer, strokes, and heart disease. So now that we went over how caffeine is consumed, the negative effects of sugar and caffeine, and the benefits of black coffee, the question is, will I start drinking coffee in the next year? I don't like to lose a bet, but if I do, it will be with plain black coffee. So I encourage all of you to start adapting yourselves to the taste of plain black coffee so we can start experiencing these benefits together. And I'm sure a lot of you are a lot closer to that point than I am.